Hola, hola everyone. Welcome back to the Resin Lab by Alexandra. Today is the resin mold box part 3 with a bonus piece that I pulled out and brushed with mica powder off camera because I've done this piece before. So I decided to do the last piece of the resin mold box subscription, which is this like fairy mushroom jar, and you can use it in a couple of different ways. I'm gonna make it into like a mushroom. So I'm gonna do the top red with the bottom white in the Rolio pigment pastes. And then I'm going to paint the little polka dots on there white. So it's a classic, so it's got that classic fairy tale mushroom look. And then on the horse, I pulled out my HTV Ront colors. I did the mane in coffee, did some of the design part in the blue and golden blue and purple, and then I used Rolio wheat gold for the actual horse color. And I'm gonna pour the back of this in black pigment paste. So actually, yeah, I'll do black pigment paste this time. Last time I poured it in black mica powder. So this time I'll pour it in black pigment paste. So that is the plan for today. So let's get started. Okay, so I've mixed about 650 milliliters. Each piece takes about 200. So I did 650. If I have extra, I think I might do this little cross here. And then put flowers in it and just top coat it with. So basically work backwards, or no, facing up. Because normally when I've done this cross, I work backwards. I do the clear, then the flowers upside down, and then I back it with a color. So if I do this, then I'll work from the bottom up. Okay, so let's pour 200 in here. Okay. Perfect. And 200 in here. All right, so that perfect. So I've got 250 left in this cup. So I think I'll leave the 250 in there. And if we end up doing it, so I'll do this one in white in case we do the cross. That way the cross has a nice color to it. I'm just gonna change one of my gloves because I got sticky already. And I don't like to be sticky. It just makes it more difficult to work. And my tools get all sticky and yeah. Okay, so let's pull out my stick, my mixing stick. We'll do red. Well, actually, this is Scarlet from Rolio. And this is the pigment paste. And I decided to do the pigment paste just because I want it to have that like authentic fairy look. I can always pour it again with a mica powder. And I can always pour it in a different color too. But I really like that authentic, I guess not authentic if it's make-believe, right? But the classic, there we go, that's a better word. The classic fairy look. And I'm definitely gonna need more than that because that looks a little orange. Let me just get this mixed in. Oh, you all want to hear a funny story? So my craft room shares a room with my workroom. Well, my workroom is half where I work my day job and then half where I craft at nighttime. And so I have one chair and I go back and forth between my desk. Well, not during the day, but I use my chair at my work desk during the day. And then when I'm working on my craft desk at night, I just turn my chair around and scoot in here. Well, the other day I sat on my chair and I almost completely fell flat on my face. Come to find out, one of the wheels on my chair had broken off. Don't ask me how. I have no clue. I've only had that chair for about a year and a half, maybe. So I'm sitting on my husband's chair. He has two chairs. He also shares an office here with me. And so I am using one of his chairs, and his chair is not as comfortable as my chair, so I'm kind of shifting in my chair a lot. So if you hear that in the background, that's what that is. And it's just because I'm not used to his chair as much. So, but I really kind of wish I had been recording myself, because I sat down and I just went whoop, which was pretty funny, at least for me. Okay, I want this to be a nice red. I hope you all don't feel cheated that I brushed the mica powder on the horse before the video. But again, I've done that one on video, and I'm doing it kind of the same way. If I was doing it different, then I would do, what's it called? I would do, sorry, I got distracted. I got a notification on my iPad and I started to read it. If I was doing alcohol inks, for example, or pigment paste, then I would do it under the camera. But since I did it the same way I did last time, I'm just using different colors, I figured I would just do it. But yeah. Next time I do the horse, I will do probably an alcohol ink, just to see how it comes out. But yeah. Let's see. This looks good. I don't know. Why does it feel like it looks a little orangey? Maybe it's just my light. Okay. So that's that one. Next is going to be black for the horse. And let me grab another mixing stick. Stir that up. It's a little too much. Try that. There we go. And I'm just trying to get that pigment into the resin. There we go. Oh, that looks good. But just to be safe, let me wipe off my stick. It looks a little transparent. I'll just add a small amount. There we go. Let me clean up that little bit there. much better. All right, that's those. And then I'm just gonna use, I'll use this one for the white. Oh, I'm running out. I'm gonna have to see if I have more. There we go. It's so quiet here tonight. I can actually have my door open while I'm recording because my husband's son and daughter went to a hockey game, and my youngest daughter is upstairs. We just got home from dance rehearsal. They had a dress rehearsal today, so I had to do full-on makeup and hair, so I told her to go take a shower. And then once I finished pouring, we'd watch a movie. So, oh, that's on the outside. Duh. Okay. Oh, must have been for my hands. Let me grab the jar. Let's see. So anyway, my point was is that I'm not getting as interrupted as I normally do, which is nice. But it also feels a little weird because it's so quiet. Even the dogs are quiet. I want that a little more white. So let me wipe this off. There we go. That's better. I just had to switch hands because my right hand was hurting. I have a very mild carpal tunnel. So, but the mixers come in handy. Otherwise, I would not be able to do resin every day. After a while, the stirring does hurt, and I can only stir so much with my left hand. There we go. That looks good. That looks good, and I keep stirring. Almost. Okay, that looks, oh, nope, I still got a little bit of a streak in there. Anyhow, yeah, my hand is a little tired, so I'm gonna switch to my left hand once more. Anyway, luckily my carpal tunnel is not serious yet, but my husband's got me an ergonomic keyboard for when I work, and that helped a lot. So I've been able to continue to do resin. So I would be very sad if I had to stop doing resin. So funny thing, I was just talking about how it's so quiet and I haven't been interrupted during the video. And of course my husband calls me right in the middle of recording. So yeah, it's funny. Even when he's not home, I guess I'm still gonna get interrupted. So anyways, I'm gonna go pop these into the vacuum chamber and then it'll be time to pour. Okay, so I need to get bigger cups because these two just kept wanting to overflow, and so I couldn't get all the bubbles out. This one did perfect because it's in a deeper cup. So I still have some bubbles, so I'm going to let these sit for a little bit. Actually, no. I'm going to pour this one first and then go over, pour half of it and then go over it with a heat gun, just to get the bubbles out. And we'll see how the black makes the colors look this time, because last time it made the colors look a little darker than they were, and it made the pink that I used look lavender. So we'll see how this goes. I just want to cover all of that. And heat gun this a little bit. I'm just looking at my heat gun, seeing if I've got like resin on it, which I probably do. Spray. Oh, geez, why did I do that? Oh, well, luckily it's in here, and why did I do that? Because I wasn't thinking. Hopefully that doesn't ruin the piece. Man. I went over it with the heat gun to avoid spraying it with alcohol. Then what do? I spray it with alcohol. I'm gonna save this for a little mini piece or something. Okay, so now I can spray it with alcohol because I poured it to the top. I'm just gonna put this little thing down here so that this doesn't spill over. Just to give it some support. Okay, I think that's good. All right, now let's do the white, since the red still's got some bubbles. Let me spray that to get them out. Get the white, or this one. Let me move some stuff out of the way here. Let's see. Let me move this piece over here. Okay. And this is white. Okay. So let's pour that. And I want to dome it a little bit. That looks good. And that took exactly 200. Not bad. because I've got 50 left. Okay. So we're going to move that one out of the way. And now we'll pour this one, and I'm probably going to have to go under those edges so that I don't get any bubbles under there. Yeah, okay. Here we go. And let me just go over that with a heat gun. Okay. And this looks like it'll be perfect to dome. I don't see any pockets in there, so hopefully we don't get any micro bubbles. I'm gonna have to let them, well, I normally let them sit for a while before I place them on the heat mat anyway, so. Let's see. Let's see if I don't overfill this. Or should I just put this in a little teddy bear? No, I want to dome it because this, do I want to dome it? Because this is the bottom of the piece. Yeah, because I don't want it to be sharp, so. Okay. And that was 200, so that's pretty good. So the guide for this mold says 390, but I did 200, so it's possible that I have 60 in the big cup because it's a big cup and it only marks in 50s. So it's possible that it was 390, but I would say mix 400 just to be on the safe side. Okay, so that's that. Let me pop some of these. Oh, perfect. It popped. Okay. And let's bring over the cross. Move this over here. Let's see. Let's spray across. And we'll have to do a second layer for the cross to add some flowers. Or yeah, I think flowers will do. Just want to grab my spatula. What is that? Okay. Okay, so let me pull out some flowers. Actually, let me let that gel up for a little bit, and then I'll place the flowers. I'm just wiping off my mixing stick over here, my spatula, or I guess mixing stick, I don't know. I use it as a spatula and a mixing stick. I do want to get myself one of those like cake spatulas because I think that will probably scrape stuff a little bit easier. And we will do a little black teddy bear. All right, so I'm just gonna scrape this into the cup, not into the cup, into the mold. So the guide says 190 for the horse, but I, excuse me, I set aside 200. So I'd rather have this little bit extra than have to struggle with making more. I'm sorry, my voice got raspy all of a sudden. Not sure why. Let's see. See, now I might not have enough for the teddy bear. Let me grab my other mixing stick. There we go. All right, I was able to scrape all that out. Get that in there for a little teddy bear. Okay, so I'm going to let these sit for a while and then I'll place them on the heat mat. And oh, I've got some bubbles here. Some bubbles there. Just spritz everything. And then actually, I think I might be able to put the flowers in now. So let's do that. All right, I'm going to put you all on a quick pause while I grab the flowers. Okay, I pulled out these lavender and purple dried flowers. I think they'd look really pretty in there. So let's grab some tweezers. And I think I'm just going to stick Oh, this purple, I don't know if you can see. Can you see? Let's see. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna grab these purple baby's breath. Hopefully these don't sink. There we go. Grab this little flower here, put it right there. Grab this one and put it there. And then we'll grab this flower, put it in the center. And hopefully they don't sink. Let's see. Grab. Probably should have done this one first here. There we go. Whoops. And we'll do this one right here. I need another petal for that one. This petal broke. Or I can just put it right here. Let's see. We need maybe another one of this. These flowers are so delicate. It's kind of covering up that big one in the middle, but it's okay. I think that's fine. I just wanted to cover up where it's ripped. I feel like I'm gonna have to put this one, nope, because then that's gonna cover up everything else. So I'll leave it like that. Maybe I'll just push that up a little bit. Bring this petal down. There we go. Bring this down. There we go. That looks a little better. Okay. Very good. So once that is all cured, I haven't decided if I'm going to do the second layer to the cross on camera. If I do, maybe on a fast forward, because you guys can already see what it looks like. So there's no reveal, but we'll see. Maybe if I have another story to tell you all, then I'll come back under the camera. But in any case, I will see you all in just a moment. It's time to demold. So let's start with the little teddy bear to go from smallest to largest. Nothing different here. Very nice. No bubbles that I can see, which is good considering how thick it was when I poured it. So very good. Let's do the horse. Let's see how this came out. interesting. I still have a couple micro bubbles, so I'm not too happy about that. I like the purple, but my blue, and I wonder if it's because the blue was like a golden blue, so I can see more of the gold. But this color was coffee and it turned silver. Or was that the hair? No, the hair was coffee. The mane was coffee. What color did I'm gonna have to go back and look, everyone, and see what color I brushed on. Oh no, I didn't record this. So yeah, I didn't record brushing the horse. So wow, that's interesting. Still looks nice. I think I'm gonna paint and then spray seal, and then I'll probably put some stones after I spray seal it. But yeah, it looks nice. I mean, I like the purple. The purple came out really nice. I'm just confused, like why. I mean, this makes sense that it's kind of gold because the color is blue gold from the HTV Ron. But I don't know why the actual horse came out silver. I'm trying to remember what color I used. I believe I told you all at the beginning of the video. I'm gonna have to go back and look and experiment more with brushing the mica powder on and what's it called? Pouring back on the black, black, and pouring black on the back to see. But I mean, it didn't come out the way I wanted to, but I think it still looks good. So let's check out the bottom half of the mushroom. I definitely have got some trimming to do. It's really nice and shiny, so I like that. Let's see if I can trim. There we go. And then I'll just file it down. Okay, so I just need to file this down or probably trim that, but this looks good. I don't see any bubbles, so this came out really nice. All right, now let's see how the top came out. Well, I gotta say, I really like how it looks with the pigment paste. This came out nice, no bubbles. I really like how it came out with the pigment paste. I have to trim here, and I want to color the little circles white or paint them white. So this goes, I guess, it can go like this, or it can go like that, or like this. So I think I like it. I don't know. I think if I were to leave it like this, I'd want to put something here on the top as a decal, I think, just to finish it off. But then you lose the functionality of the jar. So, yeah, let me think about what to do there. I've got a little lip here that I can do a top coat on. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and paint the face on the teddy bear, probably add some detail to the horse, and do the circles on the mushroom top. And then decide what I want to do here on the top. I wish it was a little more domed. I don't know. Again, it looks great like this, but then it just looks upside down. So, and this, I feel like it loses its functionality. But let me think about it. I really like how it came out nonetheless. So, all right, see you in a couple seconds. am all done. I did this over the course of a couple of days. So I painted the horse with some Let's Resin acrylic markers, and I spray sealed it, and then I added the some gold rhinestones to the bubbles just to cover those up, and it looks much better now. And so I'm gonna experiment with maybe doing some alcohol inks to see how it looks translucent. The only thing I worry about with being translucent is that then you'll be able to see the hardware on the back, and it looks kind of weird. So, but we'll see. Did a little face on the teddy bear, put a magnet on its back like usual. That's gonna go in my giveaway bin. I trimmed the edge of the bottom of the mushroom piece, and just didn't need anything else. And then I painted the polka dots white, and I love how the inside, or at least this side, came out because oh, what's going on there? Let's see, I'm gonna have to clean that off. I love how shiny this mold is because this part came out super shiny. So if whoever ends up with this decides to use it this way, you know, it'll look great. And I put the decal on, and I used some fast cure resin to seal it in. And what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do this off camera afterwards, because I trimmed the edges a little bit and I got a little bit of spray seal. So what I ended up doing was, what I should have done is spray seal it and then do the decal and then do the top coat. But I did the decal, the top coat. I covered the decal with masking tape and then did the spray seal. And so I think some of the spray seal got under the edges here, and I tried to trim that off, and it just doesn't look good. And honestly, I think I'm just gonna sand this top again and do another top coat, but I'll do that off camera, just to make it look a little shinier and prettier. But at least this is the idea for this piece. So my husband, you know, showed me that, because he thought this was the bottom, right? And so I told him it's reversible, and so he put it together like this because that's how he thought it went. And so this would be a nice, you know, you can lift it up and put, you know, little trinkets in there, or you can use it upside down, or, you know, and put it this way. And I wanted to use fast cure resin, or, you know, because it would cure quicker, instead of UV resin, because UV resin tends to scratch real easily. And so if whoever ends up with this wants to have it, you know, bottom down, then it's not going to scratch the surface as easy, versus if I was to use UV resin, it would get scratched super easy, you know, just by flipping it over. So that's everything. I did not forget the cross. So if you're wondering what happened to the cross, or if you forgot about the cross, I used 4-hour fast cure off camera, about 40 milliliters, and I got a ton of bubbles. It was really cold that night. It was a couple nights ago that I poured it, and it was really cold. I should have put it in the vacuum chamber, and I don't know what I was thinking. And I tried to heat gun, and spray alcohol, and I also tried with my lighter to get rid of the bubbles, and they just wouldn't surface because it was just too cold that night, and I didn't have a heater on. So what I'm gonna do is fix this in Friday's video. I'm going to sand it, or actually no, I'm not gonna sand it because this has a little lip here for me to do another. I'm gonna do another top coat and maybe a purple color, and paint the edges maybe silver, just to salvage that piece, because it's, you know, I mean, it doesn't look, it looks bad because of the bubbles. I mean, the only thing that I'm really losing is the flowers, but yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do for this, but this will be on Friday. So anyhow, that's everything for today. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers and to all of those who stop by and view my channel. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button so that you can see my future videos. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all on Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Bye.